Please say hello to Lionel Richie. Welcome. It is my honor to have you here.
It is.
How you doing?
Did you hear that?
I did. I heard that.
That was an audience.
That's an audience
That was an audience.
that came to life.
You know, Jimmy, I got to tell you, anytime we've been in the business and you call an audience, remember back in the day when you had an audience?
Yeah.
I'm sitting at the house and they said, do you want to do this via Zoom or do you want to be live? I said, do they have an audience? And I said, they said yes. I said, I'll be there. I'm coming down. The audience.
Like a moth to the flame.
Now, let me acknowledge Josh.
Josh. Oh, yeah, Josh
yeah.
Holloway. Yeah, there he is.
You are a star, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. You know how you can tell he's a star? When he's on camera, his glasses steam up.
Oh, my God. Anytime you
Look
know,
at that.
If you know anyone in the audience, you acknowledge. Josh, I love you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
That's a good tip.
Thank you.
Right there.
Thank you.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
That's a Vegas tip is what that is right there.
That's a Vegas moment. Yeah.
You are going back to Las Vegas to do your show there again.
Yes.
Now, this is interesting and exciting for a couple of reasons. But first of all, where are you going and when will you be there?
It will be at the Wynn, September, October. And if I have anything to do with it, once I go in, I'll never come out.
I saw you for the first time in Vegas. It was probably 1984. I've told you this before. I was there with my mother because I couldn't get a date. And and yet it was just a great night, and it was very exciting. I think it was like the Can't Slow Down tour you were on.
Oh, yeah, you caught
And
the first
I loved seeing you there. And you know that I harbor this dream, and hopefully it will come true in September, October, or maybe even November, who knows, in which I will sing Endless Love with you on stage, and where we will do a duet. I will take on the Diana Ross part.
Jimmy?
Yes.
I've never heard you sing before, but I'm praying because I'm going to say this. I would love for you to join me on stage.
Wonderful. Then it's done.
Now,
Oh, there's more?
yeah, well, there's more. There's more to
I was
this.
going to just throw the commercial.
No, there's more. There's a shot of you in my Commodore outfit. I hope you remember that you did that.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Right.
I hosted...
So that indication of, I know you're ready to go.
That's serious.
That's serious stuff.
That was a Grammy Music Cares event
Yes,
for
it was.
Music Cares Foundation. They honored you. They asked me if I would host it, and I was like, oh, of course, I would love to
Thank you
host
very
it.
much, by the way.
And I dressed like you. And I'll probably get thrown off television for dressing like you. But it was worth it, I'll tell you that.
It was worth it.
So you're saying to the world, this is important because it's not just about your show, you're saying that you believe the world, we will be back seeing concerts, seeing live music in Las Vegas in September of this year.
This is my belief. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good.
Yes,
Well, listen,
no, seriously.
I think we trust you more
It's
than
going to
anyone.
happen. It's going to happen. I'm telling you it's going to happen because people, if they stop me one more time and say, when are you playing?
Yeah.
The answer is September, October, I'm playing.
Now, people are stopping you. Aren't you supposed to be in your house, not going around to
No,
places?
I am out.
You are
I
out.
am out.
Yeah.
Now, here's the funny thing about this.
Yeah.
I drive down Sunset, and I try to be incognito, right?
Okay.
I'm with mask, I'm with hoodie, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Car honks. Hi, Mr. Richie. How
They know
are
you anyway. Really?
I don't know what the heck is going on.
Well, you're beloved. That's what happens when you're beloved.
But I must tell you, I miss the hugs because people in the old days, back in the day, people would come up to you and give you a hug and say, you know, and now you just kind of go.
By the old days, you mean like 2019?
Like 6 months ago, 8 months ago.
When people, I think we'll be
so
back to
bad.
hugging. I believe we will be back. And you don't like this. Nobody likes it.
Well, that's my routine on American Idol.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
the kids come
You
on
console
stage.
the losers to the point where they feel like maybe they didn't even lose, but they did lose, and they were probably not that good.
I mean, I'm so glad you're not on that
Let's
show.
talk about Las Vegas. 'Cause, you know, I'm from Las Vegas, and I'm interested in, like, I wonder what you do while you're there. I also wonder about, like, those old days when you were in Vegas. And what was the first time? I assume you were there with the Commodores.
We were there with the Commodores. I think we played a place, the Aladdin.
The Aladdin,
back in
sure,
the day. Yeah, that was just show business. That was it.
Yeah.
If you made it to Vegas, you were in the big time.
You know, the Commodores song Zoom could make a lot of money right now. Have you guys spoken to the
Do
Zoom
you know
company?
I'm working on that, by the way?
Are you?
Yes, I am. The Commodores song, everybody in the world will say to me, that is the theme song for the show. For Zoom.
For the year.
For the year, for
Yeah.
everything. And so what's going on right now is trying to get in touch with everybody in this. There used to be a time you just pick up the phone and you call. Now they go, well, set up a Zoom call for you, Lionel. And
Right.
We'll get back to you. So it's in the works.
Okay, it's
but
in the
that
works.
would be ideal.
Okay, don't wait too long, because we're almost done with it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Did you ever meet Elvis Presley?
Missed him.
Didn't.
That was before my time.
Don Rickles, did you know Don?
Mr. Insult himself? Yes, of course.
Yes.
I love Don Rickles.
The best.
He was the best. There's a great story about Don Rickles. He came in one day, and my father saw him walking to a restaurant, and Don walked past the table, didn't say a word. And then he came back, and he walked back over to the table, and he went out, didn't say another word. He came back in and said, my dad said, something's wrong with Don Rickles. He's not being himself. So Don came over to the table and said, I checked with the management. It's okay for you people to be here. And my dad said, that's him.
That's quite a commitment
Don.
to a joke.
Yeah.
Liberace.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. My Jacket First.
Did you ever perform with him? Did you play piano with him?
Never played with him. I went and sat in on his show.
Oh, you did?
It was amazing.
That's what's going to be like me and you on stage together. It's going to be like Lee has come back to life.
God,
I might even dress like Liberace for this.
He's pushing this. He's pushing it. He's pushing it, yeah.
Tell me about this photograph. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that right there.
it.
Lionel Richie, Frank Sinatra, and Sammy Davis Jr.
Well, I'll go right to it. I mean, that was at the Cher show, and All Night Long had just come out. And I was coming on just before Frank, Dean, and Sammy.
Okay.
And George Slaughter told
Great
Frank,
producer.
He said, laughing, and the first thing he said was, you don't want to go on after this kid. You guys want to go on before this kid. And they said, we go on just like we always do. We're last on the show. I go out, I do All Night Long. And I came back to get the celebratory from Frank, Dean, and Sammy. I said, where's Frank, Dean, and Sammy? They're at the bar. So, in other words, they saw me and said, oh my God. So the comment was,
Wow.
years later, I was hanging, and I got this call that Frank Sinatra wanted me, he's doing his final tour,
Wow.
and he wanted me, his closest friends, on one bus. And he called and said he wants me to be on that bus.
Really?
Warren Beatty, Jack Nicholson. I mean, what am I doing on this bus? And I said, I just got a divorce. I don't have a date. He says, I'll find a date for you. Dinah Shore was my date.
Really?
But I go backstage, and if you know anything about Frank, it's an amazing thing. I don't know whether it's an Italian thing or not, but he slaps and pinches your cheek.
It is an Italian.
It's an Italian thing, right?
Yeah.
So he goes, Lionel, how are you, buddy? And I'm thinking, okay. Right? And then he goes, let me tell you something. If you're lucky enough in life to have one hit record that people ask for over and over again, you got yourself a career. You lucky son of a bitch. He says, not only do you have more than one, but you wrote them all. And then he goes, isn't that wonderful, Lionel? And I'm thinking to myself, this guy does he like me? I mean,
yes, that means he likes you.
He likes
I speak,
me, right.
yes, Italian-American.
Yeah, but he called me names, and I just said, does this guy like me? He's beating me up.
Yeah, because he didn't write any of his songs, so he's like, every song he sang, he only got 1/3 of the money.
But he was also the greatest interpreter of a writer. You wanted Frank to sing your song.
Yeah. Did he ever do one of your songs?
That close.
Oh.
I had a song I wrote for them.
Wow.
Lena Horne and Frank Sinatra. And at the very last minute, if you know Frank said, I don't need a rehearsal. I just need to sing it. And Lena, of course, said, well, I need a rehearsal. Because Frank goes in at that time, and here's the orchestra, there's the things, you sing it, it's done. And Lena said, I can't do it because I need a rehearsal. And
You couldn't have
close.
slotted Dinah Shore in there?
Chloe.
Yeah.
I know. And Dinah could have been the greatest mediator ever to pull that together.
Lionel Richie is with us. He is one of the judges on American Idol. We'll be right back. Lionel Richie is here with us. He is one of the judges on American Idol.
Yes.
Yes. And things are going fine on the show, even though you do it remotely now?
The talent, because we're doing all of the auditions remote and online, the talent we're getting from places I've never heard of before. Because normally before they had to make it to a big city.
Right, they had to be in the range of a big city. And
We are finding talent that's unbelievable.
have you ever made love to one of your own songs?
Not that I can recall.
No.
I probably got my lyrics a lot from that, but no.
We had a quick conversation during the commercial. Will you please tell the Bob Dylan story that you just told me?
Yes, I will.
Yes.
You like that story?
I like it, yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about Bob Dylan, and the first place I met Bob Dylan was in Buffalo, New York. The Commodores were checking into a hotel, and Bob Dylan was at the counter. He saw this group of people walking in, and you saw he was very shy, so he ran over to the next room. What he thought was the next room was a closet. So he ran in and slammed the door. That was Bob Dylan, so I knocked on the door and I said, Mr. Dylan, I was going to tell you I'm Lionel Richie with the Commodores, and I'm a big fan of yours. He says, good to meet you. That's it. And I closed the door. Bob was in the closet.
You must write a book. I know you told me last time you were here, I said you have to write a book, and you said something like, all the people I want to write about have to die first.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the stories are hilarious.
Yes.
But the point is, you have to kind of wait a moment because everyone has their opinion.
We've waited long enough. The moment is gone.
Yeah.
You and I are going to hole up in Vegas.
Yeah.
You're only working for a couple hours a night. We'll bang this thing out in no time.
You and my manager are definitely on the same page.
I would like to be your manager.
Yes.
By the way, your tribute to Kenny Rogers, your very close friend, was beautiful on the Grammys on Sunday.
Yeah.
Was that difficult to do?
Everyone was saying, God, we wish you could have sang the song louder. The problem I was having was I only know how to sing that song with Kenny.
Right.
So I didn't really get emotional until I realized I'm singing Kenny's part. And so when I realized, because I kept waiting for Kenny to come in, then I realized he's not going to come in, so I've got to sing that part. Just remembering that this is his part took me out.
I feel like Kenny would want you to write this book.
He's in it a lot. So
He would be in it a lot. You've already got the title. It's got to be called Hello. I mean, obviously,
Right,
it's
yeah,
Hello.
There you go.
Well, it's great to have you here. I love having you here. I cannot wait till we're on stage together in Las Vegas, singing our hearts out.
Yeah, you know, I have to tell you something. I come here to visit. You know, it's not like I'm coming here for any other thing. It's delightful to be here with you. I love you, man.
I love you, too. I love having you here. Thank you for being with us. Lionel Richie, everybody. American Idol, Sundays and Mondays. He's coming to Las Vegas in September. We'll be back with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, click the subscribe button. And if you didn't like it, well, you hurt my feelings.